Hello, my dear students. Today we learn about the transportation system in animals and humans. This is a chapter from CBSE Class 7, and we have learned various lessons from CBSE, ICSE, and Jackboard earlier. But this chapter is very important for everyone of you because from this chapter we faces many questions in our examination, in our competition exams, etc. So we will learn today about the transportation system in human beings. What is a transportation system? The system that moves nutrients, oxygen, and waste through the body is called circulatory system. This is our circulatory system in human beings. This is our circulatory system in human beings. This system works in our body through blood, components of blood, heart, capillaries, excretion, etc. So we gradually learn about the circulatory system in humans. Components of blood. We first learn about the components of blood. Here we can see the components of blood. What is there in the blood? What is there in the blood? The blood has some components. These are the main things. That is main thing is 55% of plasma. Plasma contains water. What? Plasma contains water, ions, proteins, nutrients, waste, and gases. Secondly, 1% platelets and white blood cells, and 44% red blood cells. This is the component of blood. This is the component of blood. Here we see what is plasma. The liquid part of blood, mostly water. The liquid part of blood, mostly water. It comes digested food and waste. Red blood cells, RBC, contain a red pigment called hemoglobin. It contains a red pigment that is called hemoglobin, and that is why the color of our blood is red. That is why the color of our blood is red. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen and transport it to all parts of the body. This hemoglobin binds with oxygen and transport the blood to all our body parts. Secondly, white blood cells, WBC, white blood cells. These cells fight against germs that enter our body. They are the body's defense system. यह बॉडी का डिफेंस सिस्टम है. दिस इज द डिफेंस सिस्टम ऑफ आवर बॉडी. दिस इज द डिफेंस सिस्टम ऑफ आवर बॉडी. व्हाइट ब्लड सेल्स. Platelets, these are responsible for the clotting of blood. When we cut somewhere in our body, the blood is within 2 or 3 minutes or 1 minute, it began to clot. And why this happen? This happen because of the platelets. Because of the platelets. Platelets are responsible for clotting blood. If you get a cut, platelets form a dark red clot to stop the bleeding. Secondly, after the components of blood, we come to the blood vessels. In this, arteries. What is artery? Artery carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart. They have thick elastic walls because blood flows at high pressure. Arteries vein, here you can see in the picture, Here we can see the human. This is human heart anatomy. This is human heart anatomy. We can see that in heart, blood vessels, arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart. They have thick elastic walls because blood flows at high pressure. Veins carry carbon dioxide-rich blood back to the heart. Firstly, arteries carry oxygen-rich blood. We should remember that oxygen-rich blood carried by the arteries and the carbon dioxide-rich blood back to the heart. They have thinner walls and possesses valves which allow blood to flow only towards the heart. Thirdly, we come to the capillaries, extremely thin tubes that connect arteries to veins. They allow the exchange of materials between blood and cells. This is the duty of capillary. A, B and C. A, components of blood. B, blood vessels, and C, we come here, the heart. Heart is located in the chest cavity. In the chest cavity. Where the heart is located? Heart is located in the chest cavity. Heart is located in the chest cavity. Slightly tilted towards the left. Slightly tilted towards the left. Here we see the picture of the human anatomy heart. Picture of the human anatomy heart. Here. The heart located in the chest cavity, tilted slightly to the left. 4 chambers. There are 4 chambers in heart. There are 4 chambers. There are 4 chambers in heart. 2 upper chambers called atria and 2 lower chambers called ventricles. 4 chambers, there are 4 chambers, 2 upper chambers called atria and 2 lower chambers called verticals. Septum, a muscular wall that separates the right and left sides to prevent oxygen-rich blood from mixing with carbon dioxide-rich blood is called septum. This is called septum. This is called septum. इसमें देखिए एक तरफ से हम लोगों का कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिच ब्लड जाता है तो दूसरा तरफ से ऑक्सीजन रिच ब्लड जाता है. दोनों का मिक्सिंग जैसे ना हो, they should not be mixed with each other. So there in between that there is separates the right and left side of the prevent oxygen to rich blood from mixing with carbon dioxide rich blood. Septum creates a wall. Septum creates a wall system. Septum. Heartbeat. The rhythmic contraction and relaxations of heart muscles. Doctors use a stethoscope to amplify the sound of the heartbeat. Here we know that a stethoscope is a machine, is a tube which uses doctor to amplify our heartbeat, and they can know our heart sounds. They can hear our heart sounds from this machine. Then we come excretion in animal. Excretion in animal. The process of removing toxic waste produced in the cells, the human excretory system. First of all, we come to the kidneys. What is the work of kidneys? 2 bean-shaped organs that filter the blood. सीम के जैसा 2 ठो ये होता है जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं kidneys. Ureters, 2 tubes that carry urine from the kidneys to the bladder is called ureter. Urinary bladder, a big that stores urine. A bag that stores urine. Understand? Urethra, the muscular tube through which urine is passed out of the body. Dialysis, an artificial filtration of blood used when a person's kidney fails. When a person's kidney fails, an artificial system works that is called dialysis. That is called dialysis. Here we come to the transportation in plants. Transportation is plant. This is the same thing. This is the same thing as we transport our foods, water, waste in our body. Similarly, plants also transport their foods from the root to the upper chamber of the tree, and from the tree leaves food to the different parts, different branches of the tree. This is called the transportation system in animals. Plants transport water from roots to leaves and food from leaves to all parts. A vascular tissue, the pipes, there are two types of xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem forms a continuous network of channels that transport water and minerals towards from the root to the leaves. And phloem transport food, glucose prepared in the leaves to all other parts of the plants. Key concepts. Some key concepts are there. Here we read about that. Root hairs. There is root hairs. We know that main root is under the soil, and there is so much hairs like roots. So much hairs like root. That is called root hair in the root of a plant. Increase the surface area of the root for the absorption of water and minerals, nutrients dissolved in water. This is the work of a root hair. Transpiration, the process by which plants release excess water in the form of vapor through stomata, pores on the leaves. Pores on the leaves. Transportation pull, as water evaporates from the leaves. जैसे ही वाटर इवेपोरेट्स होता है फ्रॉम द लीफ पोर्स, उससे एक तो सिस्टम काम करने लगता है. इट क्रिएट्स ए सक्शन पुल. इट क्रिएट्स ए सक्शन पुल. सक्शन पुल के जैसे काम करते हैं. लाइक ए स्ट्रॉ, जैसे कि हम लोग ठंडा पीते हैं स्ट्रॉ देके, तो स्ट्रॉ को जैसे ही हम लोग अंदर तरफ खींचते हैं तो एक तो सक्शन पुल काम करता है, जिससे कि वह अंदर का लिक्विड ऊपर तरफ हमारे मुंह के तरफ जाने लगता है. लाइक ए स्ट्रॉ. ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इन प्लांट्स, the full breakdown. Plants have two major problems to solve. Plants have two major problems to solve. Firstly, water in the soil. There is water in the soil at the bottom. But photosynthesis happens in the leaves at the top. But photosynthesis, लेकिन photosynthesis कहां पर होता है? At the top. कहां पर होता है? लीव्स पर होता है. तो ये दो सिस्टम है. फूड इज मेड इन द लीव्स, बट द रूट्स एंड द स्टेम्स नीड दैट फूड टू सर्वाइव. रूट्स एंड स्टेम्स ऑल्सो नीड दैट फूड टू सर्वाइव. टू सॉल्व दिस, प्लांट यूज अ सिस्टम ऑफ पाइप्स कॉल्ड vascular tissue. A system of pipes plants use, that is called vascular tissue. The two main pipes, xylem, the water pipe, functions transport water and minerals from the roots up to the leaves. ये खाली ऊपर तरफ जाता है. ये खाली ऊपर तरफ जाता है. जाइलम और फ्लोएम को हम लोग यहाँ दिखाएंगे. आप लोग थोड़ा देख लीजिए. ये देखिए, एक है जाइलम, एक है फ्लोएम. एक अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में है तो एक डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन में है. तो अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में जाता है, उसको खनिज लवण, पानी ये सब पहुंचाता है लीफ में. लीफ में जब खाना तैयार हो जाता है, हाँ, तब उस खाना को पेड़ के चारों तरफ पहुंचाता है, नीचे की तरफ और चारों तरफ ये पहुंचाता है। यही हम लोग इससे हम लोगों को जानकारी मिलता है। फंक्शन ट्रांसपोर्ट वाटर एंड मिनरल्स फ्रॉम द रूट्स अप टू द लीव्स, डायरेक्शन अनडायरेक्शनल, ओनली मूव्स अप, ऊपर तरफ जाता है, यूनिडायरेक्शनल। स्ट्रक्चर मेड ऑफ dead cells that form a continuous tube. Phloem, the food pipe. Phloem, the food pipe. Functions: transport glucose, food, made in the leaves to all parts of the plant. इसका डायरेक्शन क्या होता है? बाय डायरेक्शनल। ये यूनिडायरेक्शनल होता है आपको जाइलेम, तो बाय डायरेक्शनल होता है फ्लोएम, from up and down both. Structure made of living cells. How water enters root hairs. Plants don't just drink water. Plants don't just drink water. They absorb it through root hairs. They absorb it from root hairs. Root hairs increase the surface area of the root, allowing it touch more water in the soil. Water moves from the soil into the root hair through process of osmosis. This is called osmosis. What is osmosis? Water moves from the soil into the root hair through a process that is called osmosis. The suction pump, transpiration. If a tree is 100 feet tall, how does water get to the top? It uses transpiration. The process, water evaporates through teeny pores on the leaves and called stomata. The result, as the water leaves the stomata, it creates a transpiration pull, suction. It works like a suction pump. Suction pump. It takes the lower water and various things from the root. Analogy. It is exactly like drinking through a straw. When you suck the air out of the top of the straw, the liquid from the bottom rushes up to fill the gap. Stomata aren't just the water, they also help the plant breathe, exchange CO2 and O2. Transportation helps cool the plant down on hot days. It is also in hot days, plants are cooled down by this process. Just like how sweating cools our body, human body, in summer. Vascular tissue is what makes vascular plants different from simple plants like moss. I think all of you have understand what I have said, but there may be some problem. You may ask me questions through my channel, and I wish I will be very grateful to you if you subscribe my channel. I will consecutively teach you science and other subjects from your books. I will try. This is human anatomy. This is Xylem and Phloem, components of blood. There are so many pictures with me. I will show you. This is heart picture. There is so more pictures. Human excretory system. This is human excretory system. This is totally in all. It is called circulatory system in human body. Thank you. Today we over this class here. Thank you.